Well, this is what I call the input-output equation. The input-output equation. Output is work. Output is doing our thing. Input is when we take in information, when we take in new skills, when we take in training, when we take in an event like this. That's input. The input to output ratio is a huge secret to success. The percentage of input versus output will tell you how successful you will be. If 99% of your time you're running around like a chicken with your head cut off trying to produce results and take the kids here and get the family dinner ready here and maybe build the business over here, oh, I have a job, by the way, over here, and I might need to go to the gym over here and I need to go to the grocery store over here, you are like dead in the water. But if you deliberately plan setting time aside to take in information, to get to an event like this, to train, to build your professional skills, you offset that crazy balance. So you must be a sponge for information and knowledge, and you must stay sharp. And on top of that, you have to deliberately schedule time for consumption, which is input, not just working time, which is output. It's amazing to me when I say to someone who's struggling, what books, with an S, what books are you reading right now? What training programs are you going through right now? And oftentimes they look at me like I'm four-headed. I don't have time for that because I'm running around trying to do my thing because they're output-oriented only. Do you know how much more effective you become as you build your skills, as you get to events like this, as you read the books, as you go through the training, as you build an input strategy, your output becomes what? Much more effective. Most of you say, well, you know, there's so much I want to do, but I just don't know what to say. I talked about message yesterday. I just don't know what to say, or I don't know what to do, or I don't know what my niche is. A lot of times when you struggle, it's because you don't have enough information. You haven't taken the time to learn and read and study what the greats do because you're too busy running around like a chicken with your head cut off. It happens all the time. It happens in sports, it happens in entertainment, it happens in business. So we have to be very deliberate at balancing out the ratio of all the running around crazy with just stopping. And for some people, in fact, I read an article last week, Mark Cuban, multi-billionaire, you know who Mark Cuban is on Shark Tank? He said, I read 5 hours a day. Now that's a leap. I'm trying to get an hour a day out of some of you, right? 5 hours a day. He says, if I don't read 5 hours a day, I literally can't stay sharp. I cannot stay up with the changes in technology because he's a technology Silicon Valley entrepreneur. And the younger guys coming up on me, they'll just literally outrun me. He's not saying I need to run around crazy and work 10 hours a day to keep up. He's saying I must read and study input 5 hours a day, otherwise I can't keep up with who's coming up behind me. That's amazing. That's amazing. So you need to not only focus on revenue-producing activities, but you need to amp up the level of input because information's coming at us so fast today, and you have to stay up with it. You know, I find that a lot of entrepreneurs, they get frustrated when they get overwhelmed. I say, well, would you rather be underwhelmed? I mean, we're in an overwhelmed world. We can't change that either. This is the information, what do they call the world we're in right now? The information age? Is it still the information? Has the age changed yet? Is it still, because sometimes I don't get the memo, because I'm too busy amping up my skills and being productive. I don't have time for that. So are we still in the information age, or are we in like the digital age? Whatever, right? The point is, this is the information age, and you have to stay sharp with information. You have to read the books. If you don't like to read the books, then get the audio book, right? There's a way around it. Strength zone. I'm not strong at reading, but I am strong at listening. Hint, hint, hint. Success leaves clues. A lot of people, oh, I can't read. I fall asleep when I read. I said, you do know about this little thing called Audible, right? That exact same book that you keep falling asleep, drooling all over every night, running down your face while you go to sleep. You know, that book's on Audible. You could probably listen to the whole book 5 nights in a row while you're making dinner. Wow, I say. What an amazing idea. Sometimes I wonder. So there's ways around all of it, okay? I lost my train of thought on the guy drooling down the... well, that wasn't planned, so I'm kind of off track here. But listen, at the end of the day, school is never out for the pro. This information is not secret information. This is just information about how do I hack the things that I'm going to do every single day. And this input thing is so big because literally when it comes time now to marketing, which I consider to be the most important revenue-producing thing you do, when it comes time to market, would you agree that if you are constantly well-read, you're constantly attending the events, You're constantly getting coaching. So you're sharp as a tack all the time. When it comes to crafting a message or delivering something from stage like I'm doing right now, would you agree that you just have so much more potent ammunition versus just showing up like most people do? So this input thing equals more output. In fact, it equals better output and less of it. It's huge. Don't forget it.